Good Tuesday evening, everyone. It's 21 News Chief Meteorologist Eric Wilhelm here. It is the March 8th edition of Weather for Weather Geeks. A pretty uneventful ho-hum day today. We'll have more eventful weather to talk about, certainly, in the next few days, especially as we head into the upcoming weekend. Let's start out today by talking about what I did before work today. It's been nice, after a couple of years away. It's been nice over the last couple of weeks to do some school visits, and I have many more on the schedule for the rest of the spring season. Today I was at Maplewood Elementary in the Cortland-Johnston area up in Trumbull County. And, of course, we read Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs. Naturally, one of my favorite books. We had a few different groups that came in. All of them were really well-behaved and fantastic. A few had some great questions, and they all seemed to enjoy the little reading session today. And, again, I have a few more school visits, so maybe I'll be visiting your child's school at some point this spring season. I've got at least a couple more on the schedule this month, and a few in April, and probably in May as well. All right, the actual weather today, one of the more uneventful days of the month so far. 40 this afternoon is below average by a handful of degrees, and a long way from the 73 that we had a couple of days ago. Because of that 73 and very warm overnight lows over the weekend, we're running a big surplus now, 8.1 degrees above average through the first 8 days of the month of March. All right, continuing business here with flooding concerns continuing in Trumbull County, especially around Leavittsburg, Eagle Creek, and the Mahoning River. Flood warnings are still out from Newton Falls area up to Leavittsburg, over into Warren as well. Now, things are probably cresting right now, or have already crested in most spots. Eagle Creek near Braceville probably crested earlier on today. And we're starting to see the floodwaters slowly recede. We'll go below flood stage, it looks like, as we go into the daylight hours for tomorrow. Mahoning River at Leavittsburg, just a little bit farther east, 13.18 was the latest reading at 5:15. That's right in the middle of minor flood stage. We tickled moderate flood stage, which begins at 14 feet earlier on today. And again, slowly receding waters here. And for the Mahoning River at Warren, we don't have future forecast data on this gauge, but we can tell you that the most recent observations here on the far right place it in that minor flood category between 10 and 11 feet, with receding likely tonight into the day tomorrow. We'll kind of be in between systems for the majority of the evening and even into parts of the overnight, but this is what's heading our way for tomorrow. This is not going to be a big ticket item, but with moisture pushing in right around daybreak or just before daybreak tomorrow, and temperatures marginally cold enough to support some snow, I think we'll see a period of wet snow in most of the area for tomorrow morning up through about midday. Then everything kind of tapers off quickly towards midday. Now, this is going to be falling into air that's around 33-ish degrees, 32 to 34 roughly. It's March. This is going to be falling during the daylight hours, and this is a recipe for this stuff having a real hard time sticking on the roads. Even on non-paved surfaces, the accumulation will be fairly inefficient. Now, that being said, could someone get a slushy inch or even inch and a half out of this on your deck railing and on your grass and things like that? Yeah, I think that's going to be a possibility, especially in areas south and east of Youngstown, down into Columbiana County, over into Beaver and Lawrence counties in Pennsylvania. Those places have the best chance, I think, of seeing enough to maybe cover your yard for a time, but just for a time, because I think by the end of the afternoon the sun's going to come out, and that'll send temperatures back into the mid-40s. That mid-March sun angle will take care of whatever snow accumulated very quickly. So get out and measure this while you can, because it's gonna melt and go away very quickly by the end of the afternoon on our Wednesday. So overall, not a big deal. In between systems again on Thursday. This is a decent day, and actually most of the daylight hours on Friday will be okay, but this is a strong cold front heading our way, and this is on schedule to arrive right around or just after sunset Friday evening, and that's when things will get interesting. Maybe, just maybe, winter's last hurrah. Now, I don't want to call that putt a little too early. Last year we had snow on Mother's Day, after all. But after this one, the pattern looks pretty unfavorable for any sort of impactful winter system for the middle of March. But this will be a pretty decent one, it looks like, Friday night into Saturday. It'll be snowy at times. It'll be windy at times, especially during the daylight hours Saturday. That'll send wind chills down into the single digits. It's going to feel Saturday afternoon about 65 to 70 degrees colder than it was on Sunday, when we had a high of 73 degrees. As far as travel impacts go, if you are working third shift overnight, if you got to go to work Saturday morning or something like that, I think the highest impacts on the roads will be late Friday evening through the first few hours of daylight on Saturday, with some improvement after that. I think light snow and flurries will stick around through the afternoon, but probably the highest impacts on the roads will be overnight and into the first half of the day on Saturday. Here's what we know and don't know as of Tuesday evening. Yeah, there's going to be a winter storm. This is going to be primarily impacting the Mid-Atlantic region and the Northeast, especially interior areas. So the bullseye is probably from the central Appalachians, West Virginia, up through central PA, up into central New York, and up into interior New England. As far as our local timing, no problems through the daylight hours Friday. It's mostly just after sunset and into the overnight Friday night, with the snow tapering to lighter snow or flurries at some point on Saturday. And with that kind of wind, and with this being pretty high ratio snow, especially by Saturday, that kind of dusty, powdery stuff, probably see quite a bit of blowing snow at times on Saturday. What we don't know just yet, snow totals. I think I'll probably be confident enough to put these in our forecast and on the app and things like that Wednesday evening in about 24 hours. Generally 48 hours out from the first flakes flying is roughly when, in most cases, we have enough confidence to stick in those numbers. We're not there just yet, though. But plan on enough to shovel and plow. Cause disruptions, inconveniences. Will it be the biggest storm in the world? No. Are we going to see double-digit totals? No. But you get the idea here. Enough to shovel and plow means at least a couple or a few inches, probably. Something like that. There could be a little bit of a lake effect component with this on Saturday, leading to maybe some additional kind of bonus accumulations in kind of the usual spots when it comes to lake effect. So think the northern half of Trumbull, northern Mercer. That remains to be seen. So this weekend's going to be quite a shock. After 51 Friday, this 26 Saturday is a little bit deceiving because it'll never feel like 26. It'll feel like the single digits most of the day. A little bit of sunshine Sunday sends us back above freezing, and then we'll break out of this pattern pretty quickly. Some of the medium range models are trending warmer as we go into mid-March, so I like the looks of the 8 to 14 day outlook now. I think we have 60s in our future for the middle of next week. So even if we get a handful of inches of snow this weekend, Friday night into Saturday, it's March. It's not going to be on the ground for that long. I think we'll be seeing bare ground again in just a few days. And yeah, I like the trends in the medium range. All right, that'll do it for me tonight. Thanks for watching this Tuesday evening edition of Weather for Weather Geeks. I'll see you right back here, same time, same place on Wednesday with more details on that Friday night and Saturday snow.